Coach, new season about to start Thursday, scrimmage against Akron North. How do you feel about that game as well as the upcoming season as a whole?
I feel pretty confident. My girls have been working real hard over the last course of the year. We've been in off-season workouts for a while now. We got through tryouts. I was happy about picking my 17 players from only having 10 last year to 17 this year. It feels like I'm moving in the right direction to rebuild this program.
And obviously you guys had a couple extra tryout that you had to make the hard decision to cut. What went into that tough decision?
And that tough decision, it came down to attitudes, who's going to commit and be here every day, but also who has good grades and enjoys playing the game of softball with us.
And then speaking on that, you have a lot of young players who don't have much experience playing the game itself. From last year to this year, how do you feel players like Yanen have improved who had never played softball before last year?
When she came out last year, she didn't, know how to catch or throw or do anything. And the one game, it was against Lorraine, and I had to put her in because I was down a girl who didn't show up. And she took that field. She tried as hard as she could the whole season. I mean, by the end of the season, she was hitting very well, but she was also stealing a lot of bases for us. And that was the big thing about Yanen. She is very fast, and she will not be afraid to run our bases this year.
Taking a look at pitching, you guys have two strong pitchers, Akeelah and Halia. How do you feel that tandem can really propel you guys to some big victories?
With Akeelah being my number one pitcher going forward this season, I think it's huge for her because she's going to be a mentor to a Halia, who is our freshman. Akeelah is a great pitcher. She has great velocity. If she's on a roll, man, she's going to hurt a lot of teams, and she's going to get a lot of strikeouts.
Obviously, last year, your leading hitter was Allie, batting above 350, I believe, on the year in 11 games. Besides her impact batting, who else do you expect to see make a big impact batting this year?
Akeelah. She was one of our biggest hitters last year, but this year she has really showed how much she cares about the game of softball. And with Allie being one of my biggest bats, she's going to be a big, strong hold for us. I expect her this year to hit even better than last year. She's been working very hard over the off season, and I can't wait to see Akeelah and Allie really tear it up on the field.
Obviously, you guys play in a tough conference, and every team's goal is to win their conference championship. With that being said, I'm still going to ask the question, what's your goal for this team in conference this year?
My goal would be to win the conference. That's 100% where I want to be. I'm not going to say that we're going to win it, but I'm not going to say that we're going to lose it this year. If I'd have to say where I'd be very pleased would be the top three, one of the top three teams in the conference this year. Going back from last year, I took the program over 2 weeks before the first game. I didn't have really a coaching staff. It was really just me. So having a new coaching staff this year, two brand new coaches, it has helped dramatically to get us to the conference championship stage.
And then finally, April 19th, a big night for the Garfield Heights community and you guys alike, the game in memory of Skylar O'Neal. Kind of just talk about what that game means to you and the whole community of Garfield Heights.
That game's going to mean everything to our players, but also to our community. Our whole community is going to come out for this game. It just doesn't mean you have to be just from Garfield. Come out from anywhere. We want to see you April 19th. The game is slated to start at 6:30 p.m., but all the pre-activities are going to start around 5:30, 5:45. And I can't wait to face Akron North. It's my old school district. And I just want to beat them. That's my number one goal, is to go out there, and our team's going to shine that night. I'm not worried about that.
For those of you who want to watch that game will be broadcast live on SmeeSports YouTube. Thank you, Coach, and good luck this season.
Thanks.
Akeelah, Allie, last year was obviously a tough season, but you guys returning juniors to this team. What is your expectation in year 2 of this rebuild?
My expectation for this new team this year is to have better team dynamic and everyone supporting everyone, and it become a sisterhood.
Definitely better sportsmanship and to not argue all of the time with everybody.
One win last year obviously could have caused some issues in the locker room, but what did you guys learn character-wise from those games that's really going to help you guys this year as the leaders of this team?
I think that we learned how to get over losses, obviously, because we lost. But we learned how to get over losses and not blame each other for the losses because we all lost as a team.
I second that.
Allie, one of the biggest bats on this team, you're expected to be able to make an offensive presence early and often in games. How do you feel you can do that this year no matter where you are in the lineup?
I don't think I've ever had a problem with that, with making a presence. So I don't know how to answer that.
Akeelah, I'll turn it over to you. Pitching-wise, obviously, the game starts with you on the mound. How do you feel you can dominate this year in a tough conference?
I feel like this year I can go into it with positive thoughts and a clear mind and to just be ready to win games this year and be dedicated.
Obviously, you guys have plenty of goals this year to compete in the conference next year to win it. What would it take for you guys this year to take home a conference championship against some tough opponents?
Definitely teamwork and to just be nicer all around to each other instead of picking each other as a problem.
I agree.
Are there any specific games you guys have circled on the calendar for this schedule season?
I circled Bedford.
I second that.
Bedford, we're coming for you.
And then finally, April 19th, the game against Akron North, that game for Skylar O'Neal. What would a win in that game mean for you guys?
It would just mean a lot to our community since she was a part of one of us.
I agree, and I agree it would show how much we support her and our honor to her.
Thank you. Chanell, Zamauria, new campaign about to start. First scrimmage Thursday. How do you guys feel going into this 2024 season?
I'm a little nervous. Yeah, that's me. I'm ready.
Zamauria, you're the returner of the group here. You're a junior. How do you feel last year's tough results kind of prepared this team for this new season?
I don't know. It's gonna be different because it's new players.
And Chanell's one of the new players. You're a newcomer. How has this team kind of helped prepare you for this upcoming season?
It's helped me a lot, like mentally and physically. It's helped me. Everybody is supportive and helpful.
Going back to last year, obviously a tough year. Zamauria, how have you felt the locker room has improved from last year to this year?
It got better a little bit. It's like here, new team, fresh start.
Obviously, the goal for any team is to win their conference championship. It's a tough conference, but do you guys feel you have what it takes to compete this year?
Yes.
And speaking of the conference, are there any conference games you guys have specifically circled?
Shaker and Cleveland Heights.
Thinking about Shaker. No, we don't.
We don't play them.
We don't play Shaker. On our scrimmage of Euclid is just a scrimmage. It ain't no actual game. But that's the only team that I cared about because I went there before I came here. So gotta show them. When I leave, I'm a winner everywhere.
And then finally, obviously, the Garfield Heights community, they back their own. April 19th game against Akron North is going to be a big display of that, the game in honor of Skylar O'Neal. What would a win in that game mean for both of you?
I don't know. I would be like real happy because we
played that game. The what?
The news.
Nobody care about the news.
I'm excited for that. They're gonna see us win.
But we winning for Skylar.
And
that's the point of the game. That's what this game is for.
Thank you. Yanen, Halia, first scrimmage of the year this Thursday against Akron North, which gets the season underway. How do you guys feel going in?
I feel good about this season. I feel like we definitely did better than last year. Yeah.
I think we'll do good. Like, we wouldn't do the best, but we'll do good enough.
Halia, you'll be new to this team. Obviously, last year you saw not the best season for them. How do you feel you can make an impact and help this team get to where they want to be?
By hustling and coming to practice and just making commitment to the team.
Then Yanen, last year was your first year playing softball and impressed many with your glove. How did you improve throughout the off season from last season into now, and how do you feel you can play this year?
So I improved by going to the gym, coming to off-season workouts, like practicing throwing and catching with my brother. And what was the second part? You said.
And how do you feel that will translate into this season?
I think I'll do good. Like I'll be good in outfield. I'll do good this year.
Obviously, any team wants to win their conference championship. That's a given. But you guys play in a very tough conference. What's your goal for this year if it's not winning the conference title?
Get close enough to winning it.
Yeah, like get close.
And going back off of the conference title, are there any games that you guys have circled personally that you're looking forward to this season?
Not really. Maybe brush.
Yeah, brush. Definitely brush.
Yeah.
And then finally, April 19th, you see Akron North again. That time will be a regular season game played in memory of Skylar O'Neal. What would a win in that game mean for both you guys and the Garfield Heights community as a whole?
It'll be like a game to celebrate her life. I really don't know what to say. It's just.
Yeah, like celebrate how she lived and just bring it on.
Because her death impacted Garfield as a whole, and we want to help her family, basically.
Thank you. Jaleyah, Ari, you guys are freshmen, first year of high school softball just around the corner. How do you feel going into your first season?
I'm excited and nervous because I don't want us to lose, but I think we'll do good.
I'm nervous and scared because this is my first time ever playing softball, and I think that's pretty much it. It's just because it's my first time.
And with this being your first time playing softball, how has this team, who kind of was in a similar boat last year, helped prepare you for this year?
Honestly, I wouldn't say the team, but probably the people like I've already known before I joined the team and the coaches. But the people like that already played didn't really show me any like they didn't hype me up. They had animosity.
Obviously, you guys being freshmen, entering into a group that last year kind of started establishing itself, how have you guys kind of integrated yourselves into the locker room, and how have they welcomed you to the team?
I don't know. Here you go.
They were very welcoming and they funny. I like them, especially Allie.
For those watching, Allie's in the background, so she's very happy now.
I felt welcomed. I felt welcomed by a couple people, but although I pretty much like everybody, so it's okay.
And then finally, April 19th against Akron North is the game in memory of Skylar O'Neal. What would a win for you guys mean in a game that means so much to the Garfield Heights community?
Okay, it would be a good win for us because we are playing in memory of her, and I think if we won, it would be good for that.
I just think I don't know. Probably the same thing.
Thank you.